hopefully this will be beneficial to you. Once again, I take this opportunity for thanking the Florida Department of Health, and this is the kickoff event. Let me go through a little bit and let me figure out how this page down. Okay. The way in which I'm going to do is it's going to be about 30 to 35 minutes talk. First, I'm going to give you an overview what I'm going to talk. That way you follow along with me, and toward the end we will have some question and answers. Okay, the overview, what I'm going to do is who are Asian Americans? Kind of a definition of who we are, and history of Asians in America, and current status of Asian Americans. Like Dr. Wilson said, I will touch upon a little bit to a general extent, maybe a little bit about specifically about Florida. And then why do we celebrate? Why do people should care? That's a little bit I'll talk about. And then some resources, and finally, if you have question and answer, hopefully I will be able to answer. Once again, I'm a scientist by training. I'm neither an expert on Asian affairs or anything, but I've been trying to read a little bit about it. Okay, who are Asian Americans? In the simplest sense, if you say any American who traced their ancestry to Asia, they are Asian Americans. Of course, Asia is, as you know, is a very huge continent with so many diverse people. In the definition we have is mostly from East Asia, Southeast Asia, and South Asia. That is, South Asia part is part of the Indian subcontinent. But by definition of the census and everything, Middle East and Central Asia is not traditionally included in the Asian, definitely Asian American. But our group has people from Iran, people from Pakistan, and all those places, therefore Africans and places, we don't distinguish. Just to give an idea geographically what we are talking about, you see the East Asia, which contains China, Mongolia, both Korea and Japan. Southeast Asia contains Vietnam, Malaysia, Philippines, where Dr. Clive Yao is from, and Indonesia. And South Asia, of course, contains the Indian subcontinent, contains countries like Pakistan, India, Nepal, Bhutan, Sri Lanka, and Maldives. We are about 25 countries represented here according to the definition of census. I'm going to use census an important thing because a lot of information is available about us in the census. Therefore, as I said, it's about 25 countries represented here. And once again, as I said, I'm going to come back to census data a lot of time because that's an important thing. The Asian alone population, the people who call themselves Asians, that is with no other mixed race, is about 5.2% of the US population. We are not a small number anymore. This is actually the most recent data available, 2010. If you take Asians with other races, for example, Asian white, Asian black, Asian Mexican, Hispanic, the population goes to about 6%, and we are 18.5 million are both Asians and Asian American Pacific Islander. I'll come to that definition a little bit in the next slide. Compared to the population of 308 million as of 2010 census. And United States Office of Budgetman, OMB, tries to define slightly differently two classifications. One it calls Asians, and other calls, like Ms. Graham said, Native Hawaiian, other Pacific Islanders. I am not going to distinguish very much because some of the issues are very similar to us. We live very similarly, but just for a definition they are going to be. I'm going to prepare you for that. Therefore, if you looked at the 2010 census for the first time, the Asian groups have been subdivided into 7 categories, which is called Asian Indians. We used to call East Indians compared to the West Indies. And then, of course, now we are called Indian Americans to distinguish between the native Indians here. And the Chinese, Filipinos, which Clive Yao is from Philippines, Japanese, Korean, Vietnamese, and other Asian. The 6 top groups are the major groups, and the other Asian. Hello? Sorry. And then you can see that is the latest census form to your right. And the Asian Pacific Islanders are traditionally classified as the Native Hawaiian and people like from Samoa and Polynesians and Micronesians. And those are the people, and those are the people who they can define themselves. And as I said, I'm going to treat everybody more or less the same because we have some common issues both in terms of the history and culture and obviously health issues.